Hi everyone. So I was working on a video and got a little interruption, and so I have to upload this one now. There was a little ding dong at the door, and it was witnesses at my door. And so, I opened the door and let her do her little spiel. She started off with, "We're here doing community service," which is new for me. I've never heard that before. But anyway, I let her do her little spiel, and then I informed her that I knew exactly what the Watchtower taught, and I knew exactly, what she believed and all that kind of stuff. And she goes, "Well, why? How do you know all of this stuff?" And I said, "Because I'm a full-fledged, in-your-face apostate. That's why." And I really expected her to run, because that's exactly what I said. And she didn't. Instead, she asked why I had lost faith in Jehovah. And I said, "This has nothing to do with Jehovah. I no longer follow these men who have been proven to be false prophets." And she's like, "Well, I don't understand, what you mean." And so I went through the UN. I went through the pedophilia. I went through the hedge funds. I went through the mass downgrading that they're doing. They're selling off their property, their Bethels all over the world, etc. They're decreased in size. And because of the hedge fund, that's a big gambling pool. It's like, I wonder if they did poorly in the hedge fund gambling market, and now they have to sell the property to get out of trouble. And I said, because they're selling everything in a fire sale. It's in a buyer's market, way below what they're selling, way below what they could be getting for it, etc. We talked about the false prophecies that Jesus warned about, false prophets, and how these men fail the false prophecy of Deuteronomy, or have the false prophet test of Deuteronomy. And that, I said, don't even give me the "they never claimed to be inspired" spiel, because I've heard that my whole life. I said, these men have claimed to be inspired. They claim to speak for Jehovah. They claim to be Jehovah's mouthpiece, his channel. That's inspiration. And Jehovah in Deuteronomy is very clear about that. So don't give me that deal. I don't even want to hear it. And she said something about, well, they can be corrected, and not if Jehovah's not using them. I said, I think that's why all this is coming to light, because every time you turn around, there's a new scandal on the horizon. I said, so no, there's no way I will believe in these men. I even brought up the fact that Jesus is not your mediator. And she was a little taken aback by that. She goes, "Jesus is my personal mediator." And I said, "Oh, no, he isn't. The men in Brooklyn took him away from us in 1979. He's not your personal mediator. They are." And I said, and I've listened to the Special Assembly talks where it's all about you get through Jesus and you please Jesus by obeying these men, assisting these men, working for these men, suffering for these men. That's how you get to Jesus. I said, they really laid it on thick in the Special Assembly. I said, so no, yeah, Jesus is not your mediator. And so she was writing stuff down, like the UN she had not heard of. And so I explained that the elders were not to make a big deal about it, and that they were only instructed to address the issue if somebody asked. I said, and then I made very clear, you want to make sure that you get the letters from the UN as well. Because, the elders have a letter that they're going to show you. I said, but the UN has turned out and said, that's all a lie. So you make sure that you go and look at the UN letter as well. And so she was writing all this down. And I did, encourage her to go to, I hate that word, but I did encourage her to go to JW Facts, that it was just facts, and that it was a nice starting point because it was an unbiased website, just facts, and I was able to take these facts and research them back myself and to verify for myself whether this was true or not. And so it was a nice starting point, which she wrote that down as well. And, she knows the sister that I used to meet with before. She, of course, knows the circuit overseer. The elder that I had met with before, that I talk about in some of my other videos, just recently passed away. And that was pretty sad because he was a nice guy. But yeah, hopefully she will research some of this stuff. And she asked if I wanted to be on the do not call list. And I said, I'll leave that up to you. I said, but I'll let you know right now that I will be speaking out to whoever comes to my door the same way I'm speaking to you. I said, so I'll leave it up to you whether or not you want to put me on the do not call list, because I do speak out against this organization. And so anyway, we'll see where it goes. And hopefully she will look. So that was my little unwitnessing for today. Anyway, getting back to my videos. Bye.